lost count of the times I've seen Phantom of the Opera. And that is a thing, isn't it? I mean, people that go to see your musicals, they've not seen them once, they've seen them
For
20 times, 30 times.
Well, I mean, the run of Phantom is extraordinary. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah.
But it's still in great shape in New York. When we had the 30th birthday, I thought, I mean, it's amazing how the standard the production's kept up. It's fabulous.
It really is, and
Right.
I've got to tell you, I've taken my kids over various stages of the, you know, when they have an event, something special to celebrate. We go see Phantom of the Opera.
I mean, it's really important to take kids to the theatre, I think.
So the music of the night, which is such a great song, would you play a little bit of that?
Yes, if you would
From
like.
the longest running show on Broadway.
Yeah.
I mean, this was an interesting song because it didn't end up, it wasn't originally intended for Phantom.
Really?
But it's another story. But here we go.
What is the inspiration? Where does the melody come to you? Are you in the shower? Are you having an argument? What is happening to you when this comes to you?
Well, the thing is about a musical is that the story is everything.
Right.
And we tried out the Phantom at a little festival that I do every year, and we realised that when we got to the Phantom's Lair that we needed a song, and we didn't have it in the first draft. I mean, this is very early on in its creation, and I remembered a song that I'd written for Sarah Brightman, actually, to sing, which became then the music of the night. Sarah, sometimes in her concerts, when she sings it now, says she's reclaiming the song that was originally hers.
What about from Cats? I mean, I love to watch people's expressions when they see Memories.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We've got it, right?
Yeah.
We've got to hear a little of that. We all know that. So tell us everything about that song.
Well,
what's the backstory?
Well, again, with Memory, that was something that went into Cats really quite late on in its creation. I mean, the Cats, nobody wanted to produce Cats. Everybody thought it was the worst idea in the history of theatre.
Yeah.
I mean, really, they did. That human beings dressed as cats, come on, you've got to be joking.
Right.
And so, I mean, in London, I mean, it opened with half the investment missing, and a second mortgage on my house because I was the only person who had any money around the production at all. It was an absolute nightmare. I mean, the word catastrophe was on everybody's lips. And of course, it was compounded by the fact that our leading lady was going to be Judi Dench. And Judi snapped her Achilles tendon in an accident in the rehearsal room. And so she came back, tried to actually get through the show, and she slipped, and we decided that it was no way that it was safe for her to continue. So 2 days before our first preview, with the show that everybody was rubbing their hands saying this is going to be the biggest theatrical disaster in history, we lost our leading lady. And I had to rewrite the song and it was lucky that we could do this, for Elaine Page, who was the original first Evita in London.
Wow.
She was available, she came in, and it would have been very different sung by Judi Dench, but it would have been much more like it was sung by Edith Piaf. But it would have been a wonderful performance because she was such a fabulous actress.
Well, speaking of Evita, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. By request. By request.
By request.
In the glorious key of D flat major. So here we go. Now you're going to raise your arms now, and as Evita does.
Of course, I'm in a shift dress. I can't raise my arms.
I mean, what do you think of that? I have to say, wasn't Patti LuPone amazing at the Grammys?
Yes. As a matter of fact, yes.
I just sat there and I thought, I cannot believe that she's giving this extraordinary performance. And I mean, she's singing better than she was when she did it originally.
When you work with somebody, when you have a person in your mind, do you write to their strengths, or do you not have anybody in mind, and then you go searching for the person?
It's the last. I mean, I never write for anybody specifically. If one's writing a musical, one's writing it as a musical, and then you cast it. I mean, having said that, though, for example, when I was working with Glenn Close, and she was such a fantastic actress, I did adapt the score of Sunset somewhat for her, to play to her. Yeah, because you obviously do that.
Yeah.
I mean, and if somebody said, please write a song for somebody, which I don't really do, then of course you work to their strengths. I mean, the most amazing things is you get composers like Richard Rodgers of Rodgers and Hammerstein, you know, who, when he was writing The King and I, was writing for, say, Gertrude Lawrence, who had literally about 7 notes in her voice, if that. And he wrote most of the melodies entirely within that range. It's a work of genius.
You know, your work stands the test of time, and it always will. And this is one of the most special moments for me as the new co-host on this show. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much.
It's great to see you again.
It's very kind of you.
As a consumer of all of your musicals, it's a huge thrill for me as well. Thank you.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, Unmasked, a memoir.